You're watching Pyro Media Network.
I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. See, we was cool right before it hit the fence, but it hit the fan when I got him down and pinched. But I took a break, I had to leave and go get cleansed. God forgive me for all my sins. I can't say these cause my last name ain't Kent. Cooking on the stove, that's the way he paid the rent. Working on the pole, that's the way she pays tuition. Better watch your soul, cause you know they trying to get it. Yeah, yeah. I learned my right from wrong on a song. I let my heart bleed on my sleeve through microphones. I'm trying to right my wrongs by writing out my wrongs. Ran through a check, cause it's hard to live off bread alone. So if you see me slipping, yeah, let me know. Cause it ain't the end of times yet, I know, but it's getting close. Yeah, I need my space to breathe, that's why I be going ghost. I ain't trying to stay up on that wide road, cause I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. Oh, I can't let them take my soul. Nah, 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 no. I can't let them take my soul. Nah, nah,
Hello,
nah,
Pyro
nah, no.
Media family. Thank you
I
for
can't let 'em
tuning
take my
in.
soul.
If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience with us is fruitful. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. And we do hope you consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. All right, let's start the show.
And you better talk to me nicely. Next to blow, little bitch, I might be. Oh, can't forget all the days they overpriced me. So now that we up, don't get advice, we know. Talk to me nicely. I noticed they hit it, we getting icy. Whoa, can't forget all the moments they overpriced me. So now that we up, don't get advice, we know. We on top, flipping the bird, they going sick. But I'ma make them eat every.
Hey, everybody. It is I, Hope Giselle, and I am back finally with another episode of I Have Thoughts. Now, I would jump into my whole spiel about how I've been going and why I've been going, but today's episode is an episode that I don't want to waste too much time on, and so I'll get into my personal business a little bit later. But today we're talking about the thing that I think everybody should be talking about, and quite frankly is talking about, which is this presidency candidate, Miss Kamala Harris. And yes, I said Kamala, because some of y'all are letting this woman's name drag y'all through the mud of all different things, okay? It's not Kamala, it's not Kamala, it is Kamala Harris, okay? This woman's name for the 14,000 umpteenth million time is Kamala Harris, okay? Now, if you've been under a rock, which I think even if you had been, you would still have to, you would still have heard about the fact that she has officially put in her bid as our Democratic candidate, for the presidency. And while there are mixed reviews around this in several different communities, I think that, quite frankly, if we had to have a nuanced conversation about whether or not you are going to vote for her, it should start with the basis or start based on the fact that, quite simply, it's either her or Trump. And I hate that people are trying to gaslight folks into feeling some type of way about that being the reality of the situation. But it is. People are really out here doing the utmost and going on Instagram tirades and losing friends and family members because they are so hell-bent on the idea of being like, oh, but no, because we have to push back against the system. And if I have to choose the lesser of two evils, then I don't understand what that means. This is the time where we should be pushing to overthrow the system. No, bitch. The time that y'all should have been pushing to overthrow the system was when Trump was talking 3 years ago. That's when y'all should have been pushing to overthrow the system and get all these third-party candidates that don't have a shot in hell to win, right? That's when y'all should have been backing them. When y'all should have been backing the folks that y'all are claiming are so much better than Kamala or Trump at this point. When y'all should have been giving them your donor dollars, when y'all should have been going out of your way to make sure that they had the campaigning money to actually be a relevant presidential candidate, in this race, y'all didn't do that. So don't come now in the 11th motherfucking hour when we got less than 90 goddamn days talking about, oh, it's about morality and I can't stand for her because of this war on Palestine. I'm going to spend a little bit of time on that. I need for the production to go ahead and run me that visual, because I'm sick of this conversation, and I've been sick of this conversation. And before production gets into this, all thoughts and feelings on this platform are based on Hope Giselle's thoughts and feelings. They do not represent that of Pyro Media Network. But I'm about to get on y'all ass about this Palestine stuff. And I need for it to be heard and received in love, even if some of y'all don't understand. And if some of y'all are going to be rubbed the wrong way because you've been pushed into this whole propaganda about Palestine just needing to be overwhelmingly protected by the fact of us posting pictures and showing up in solidarity in ways that don't do shit for the actual Palestinian people but make us feel good. Because quite frankly, a lot of y'all are giving very much so white people with the black boxes during 2020. Y'all are not doing anything for the Palestinian people. You're not actually helping the Palestinian people. You're not sending aid or money. They don't give a fuck about your social media posts. They don't give a fuck about your little protests. They don't care about all of that shit that you're doing to make yourself feel good, because Palestinian people are not benefiting from your protests and your little social media posts. Now, a lot of y'all are saying like, oh, our protests are getting traction. No, your protests are not getting traction. People in the government move because it's in their best interest. At this point, it is in their best interest to do shit behind the scenes. And so that's what they're going to do. It has nothing to do with whether or not you like it or you don't. People do what the fuck they want to do, and they do what they have the power to do based off of the position that they are in. And it's not to say that there is no power in making sure that folks understand and know what is going on. But the way that some of you all have become Palestinian Nazis is ridiculous. And I hate that because it's for lack of a better word, but a lot of you all have become free Palestine warriors in a way that has become ridiculously annoying. Okay, I understand that a lot of the struggles are inextricably, linked to that of black and brown people, and inextricably linked to that of all folks who are of oppressed, missions. But let me tell y'all something. Where was that energy for the last 15 fucking years when Congo has been under a genocide? And yeah, I know y'all talking about it now, but y'all are only talking about it now because people got on y'all ass about the fact that it was Congo when it was a majority black motherfucking place. Nobody gave a fuck, including black people. But now you got all of these black people going up in motherfucking arms to fight for a country where you're not even sure that motherfuckers would protect you if you went your black ass over there and got in trouble. And we've seen things like this play out in situations where a person forgets that they have a little cartridge or something in they fucking bag and get stuck in goddamn a foreign country for 9 goddamn months because they're black and because they're queer and all of those different things. And yes, it was a different place. Yes, it was a different regime. Yes, it was different governments and different people. But at the end of the motherfucking day, we all know that racism does not stop in America. Homo and transmisia does not stop in America. Being the bottom of the barrel for a lot of these other countries does not stop because we leave America. Because what they see about black African Americans is that we are ghetto, that we have no home training, that we throw drinks, that we party, and that all we are good for is being ignorant, because that is what the media that has been fed to them says about us. They don't see a lot of good examples. The most good examples that they have of us are Beyonce, athletes, and any other random, lawmaker that happens to do a good thing and it goes viral. But even that's not on purpose. So outside of entertainment and being for their entertainment, they don't have good ideas of what it means to be a black person, and especially an African-American black person. So I really need y'all to really take those things into account as y'all are going upside y'all friends' heads and upside your mama's heads about not being as gung-ho and 10 feet down or 10 toes down about Palestine as everybody else. I do not condone the fact that there are innocent children that are being killed. I do not condone the fact that there are innocent families that are being taken out and murdered. I do not condone the fact that Israel is being a big ass fucking bully, and that is to say the least about this shit. But what I am not going to do is pivot every fucking thing and every social justice issue that I care about to focus on a continent and a country and a place that if I went my black trans over there, my black trans woman ass over there, and actually wanted to have some sort or some sense of bodily autonomy, I would not be offered that space. And before y'all get into that whole bullshit ass argument about, oh, well, there are queer Palestinians, there are trans Palestinians, there are black Palestinians, all of them on every fucking platform that they've been able to get a hold of have said, outside of the fucking shit that's going on, they're still experiencing homo and transphobia. They're still experiencing racism. racism. So make the fuck sense when you sit back and you think about where you're going to put your energy and your resources. I understand sending some. I understand spending some. I understand focusing some. But some of you all have made this free Palestine your personality, and I'm over it. I am over it. And to be sitting in a space where Project 2025 is and could be alive and goddamn well, where Project 2025 could be alive and goddamn well, y'all are focusing your fucking projects and all of your anger on a woman who did not show up in the way that you wanted her to show up when you wanted her to show up. So some of y'all are sitting back and saying things like, "Oh, I'm not voting for Kamala because, or I'm not voting for Kamala because when it comes down to it, she has yet to call for a ceasefire and X, Y, and Z." Okay, cool. Got you. Then she called for one, and that wasn't enough for y'all. Y'all moved that goalpost because she also says that she also supports Israel's right to defend and protect themselves. Now, whether or not you agree with that, at the end of the day, she did what the fuck y'all asked to do. She publicly, openly, and very directly denounced what Israel was doing. It does not mean that she's going to cut ties and sever the ties, but it does mean that I'm going to slap your hand and tell you, hey, that's not what the fuck is up. And again, at the very least, all y'all asked her for at the beginning was to just say and denounce the thing out loud. That is what y'all asked that lady for. She did that. That wasn't good enough because she didn't do it the way that you wanted her to do it. But a lot of y'all sit around and y'all ask y'all boyfriends to stop cheating on y'all. And here he is, 4 bitches in and a new baby that you ain't know nothing about. And you still sitting over there, but you don't want to vote for this woman as a president because she ain't say it the way you wanted her to say it. Make the fuck sense. I'm sick of you hypocritical ass bitches. I cannot with you hypocritical ass bitches. When it comes down to this entire incident and when it comes down to what it means to be a vice president first, you cannot be out here actively going against your presidential candidate. Y'all forgot this bitch still got a job to do? She's not just running for president out of nowhere. She's not just showing up and saying she wants to be president out of nowhere. She's also actively the vice president in this moment. Sis got other things to do. She's got other fucking alliances that she has to keep alive and well until she gets that presidential seat. And let's be very fucking clear. We've all known and we've all seen that even when you get that presidential seat, there are other seats that can trump yours. No pun intended. And so I ask y'all, what do y'all want this lady to do or say in order for y'all to understand that it's either going to be a Kamala presidency where you have the freedom to still be able to bitch, moan, and whine and cry and protest and do your things freely, or it's going to be a Trump presidency where it'll probably be the last presidency because he's made it very fucking clear that it's going to be the last presidency. That man straight up and no chaser has said 4 years and you'll never have to vote again. What the fuck do you think that means? That man straight up has told us 4 years and you'll never have to vote again. What the fuck do you think that means? He's already promised that he's going to be a dictator only on day one, but we know we can't trust shit that come out of his mouth. We know we can't trust anything that comes out of his mouth, but he's at least been able to say the quiet parts out loud. Do you want a white president or do you want a black president? These are things that he has been saying out of his mouth because he has been trying to tread water so badly since this woman came on the scene because it was safe for him when Biden was on the ballot. When Biden was on the ballot, oh, he just knew he had it in the bag. But now that Kamala has come out and she's competent and she's younger and she's willing to step on that ass and she knows what the fuck she's talking about and she's worked in government and she's done all of the things, this man does not have a leg to stand on it, and he knows it. And so he is spiraling and saying any and every motherfucking thing, including the racist things, in order to galvanize his group of fucking patriots to go out there and vote for him against their best interests. And a lot of them still don't see where they're fucking up at. But I digress. When we come back, I'm going to get into Project 2025, some of the hypocrisy, and all of the other foolishness that Trump is trying to sell people in order to get them to vote. And some of you have actually fallen into it. But I'll say that for after the commercial break.
Talk to me nicely. Next to blow, little bitch, I might be. Oh, can't forget all the days they overpriced me. So now that we
Elevate your entertainment with Watch Them. Discover the ultimate online streaming destination. Get an auto-renewing monthly subscription for unlimited content on all devices. Join us in supporting a Black-owned streaming platform that brings top-tier entertainment. Let the streaming excitement begin at Watch Vim, your seamless experience for endless entertainment. Stream online or download the Watch Vim app now.
Are you ready for enlightening conversations that transcend boundaries? Get ready for Conversations with Clergy, brought to you by the HIV Vaccine Trials Network. In partnership with the world's largest publicly funded international collaboration, the HVTN is dedicated to evaluating vaccines to prevent HIV and COVID-19, but their impact doesn't stop there. The HVTN is at the forefront of advancing vaccinology, social and behavioral sciences, statistics, immunology, and even contributing to the research on tuberculosis and COVID-19 vaccines. By supporting Conversations with Clergy, the HVTN not only brings you thought-provoking discussions, but also contributes to the global effort to combat infectious diseases. Tune in, stay informed, and be a part of the change. Conversations with Clergy, supported by the HVTN, empowering conversations, empowering lives. Join us in this journey of knowledge, understanding, and progress. Conversations with Clergy, proudly brought to you by the HIV Vaccine Trials Network, because together we can make a difference.
Know that you can now catch the electrifying sounds of Bulletin Flight Radio anywhere you go? Yes, you heard it right. Tune in to the high-flying beats and soaring melodies by downloading the TuneIn app on your mobile device. Just search for Bulletin Flight Radio and hit play. It's that easy. And if you have a smart device like Alexa or Google, just say, "Hey Google," or "Alexa, play Bulletin Flight Radio on TuneIn." Experience the rush of adrenaline wherever you are. Listen to Bulletin Flight Radio on TuneIn using your Alexa or Google devices. Soaring through the skies has never sounded this good. Don't miss out on the ultimate musical journey. Tune in now to Bulletin Flight Radio on TuneIn and let the music take you on an unforgettable ride. Get ready to elevate your listening experience. Brought to you by Bulletin Flight Radio.
I know that they heated, we getting icy. Whoa, can't forget all the moments they overpriced me. So now that we up, don't get it.
Hey, everybody. It is Giselle, and I am back with the second half of the show. Now, in case you missed it, today we are talking all things election. We are talking all things Kamala, Trump, Project 2025, JD Vance, all of the people. And I left y'all on a note where we talked a little bit about Trump and exactly the dream that he's trying to sell people, or lack thereof. What I don't understand as it pertains to Trump is that this man has started to tell us exactly who he is and started to tell us a little bit of his plan. In case you've been under a rock, Trump and the Heritage Foundation have formulated this thing that they like to call Project 2025. Now, it is a 967-page document, and I'm sure a lot of us are just not going to read it. But lucky for y'all, I've gotten through a good portion of that mofo, and I can tell y'all that it's worse than you think. It is not just this manifesto for what they're going to do in his first 180 days in office. It is a manifesto to do away with all of the things that we love. And I'm not just talking about some liberal shit. I'm talking about things that people on all of the sides can honestly benefit from and will likely hate once they are gone, because Project 2025 wants to do away and get rid of them. These things are things like abortion, healthcare, removing public housing for some people, continuing to lock homeless people up, actually, firing folks and being able to hire people who are loyalists to his cause. And that's just to name a couple of things. And don't forget, if you black and queer or black or queer or black or queer or queer or black, baby, you might well go ahead and hang it up And don't forget, he never liked the people who were hopping over the border. So if you are an immigrant of any kind, by all means, get ready to pack your motherfucking satchel and go right back where the fuck you came from. Because that is what him and those people want to do. Now, Trump has been caught saying that he doesn't know about Project 2025, that he doesn't know about these people, that he's never spoken to these people, and that he has nothing to do with this plan. But then he released something that we like to call Agenda 47, which is just the Cliff Notes version of Project 2025. And all it does is reiterate the exact same things that Project 2025 said. Now, do y'all remember when I just said that Trump has said that he does not know these people, denounces all understanding of them, doesn't really know what's going on as far as they're concerned? He then turned around and walked that back and said that Project 2025 is going to be great and that the people at the Heritage Foundation are awesome. Now, we know that this man is a bald-faced liar. We know that this man is just bald-headed all the way around. But what I never expected him to do was get caught in his own lies so closely together. Now, speaking of lies, we have to also talk a little bit about the fact that this man and his assassination attempt, or his attempt to gain voters by pretending to be assassinated, is also a thing that needs to be discussed. Now, baby, let me tell y'all something. If that wasn't a ketchup packet that got squeezed on the side of his face for a photo op, I don't know what is. I have a really great member in my family, okay, who works Secret Service. And he told me that if there was an imminent threat to the president, whether they be past or present, the way that those people moved is not the way that the Secret Service has been trained to move. And I think honestly, any competent person over 13 years old can see that. When this man can be heard through a microphone saying, wait, to get a photo op, when there were just 5 shots that were likely rung out next to your motherfucking face, and one of them grazed you by the ear, and you still want to get a picture through all of that, that lets me know that, baby, there are no heartfelts and prayers and sorrows to be sent, my guy. You don't care about your safety, so why should I care about your safety? And in the event that it was a real assassination attempt, which I do not believe that it was, you put not only yourself back in danger, but you put the people who were hired to protect you in even more danger than they were already in to begin with, because you wanted to get your photos. And that's not one photo. You wanted to stop twice. You stopped one time on the actual stage that you had been fired at, and then you stopped another time near the car before you got in. So if I am being, if there's a possibility of me being assassinated and it misses me, I'm not going to give you 2 other opportunities to possibly try to catch me and get your aim together. We're not doing that. Now, I can't spend all of the time, peeling back the layers of that lie, but I will say, although common sense ain't common for everybody, ask yourself on the for realest of real tips. If it doesn't make sense, and if there are so many holes that you can poke in this, do you truly and really and honestly believe that it is the truth? I don't know about y'all, but my mama used to always say when I was growing up, if something don't make sense, it's usually because it's a lie. Because people always will have a hole somewhere in that lie. And when you tell one lie, you got to tell another one to tell another one to tell another one. And then you have to remember every single one that you told walking down the alley of lies that you set up for yourself. Because it is very ever, and evident that this man has already lied and then got these cult ass people out here wearing goddamn fake bandages on their ear in solidarity and support. Now, if y'all don't believe that that's the definition of a cult, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. That is not a following. Those are not people who believe in his message. Those are not people who simply want to see the candidacy go well. Those are not just Republicans. Those are people who are blindly willing to follow this man off a fucking bridge, even if he lands on a helicopter pad and they fall to their deaths by the millions. They are willing to jump over that fucking cliff and still justify, as they're sitting down there quaking and fucking squirming about how somehow he set this up for their greater good while they're dying, and he's sitting on his helicopter being flown away and saying thank you so much for your vote. This man has said verbatim he doesn't need your support. He just needs you to vote for him. This man has told y'all that he is not a Christian, that he does not support the idea of Christianity, and y'all still gonna go out there and vote for him in the name of God. This man has told y'all that he doesn't fuck with white nationalism, and yet all of these white nationalists are still backing this man tooth and motherfucking nail because they believe that he supports what they support. And he doesn't. This man does not care about the presidency. He does not care about the candidacy. He does not care about America. He cares about staying out of a federal motherfucking prison that is so deep into the motherfucking off states that nobody will ever find him once they finally get a chance to lock him the fuck up. That is what Donald Trump is trying to avoid. He is trying to avoid prison time. He is trying to avoid being locked the fuck up under the lowest of lows jail that you can possibly lock the fuck under. Because with 34 fucking counts, felony counts, he should not even be able to run for the president of the United States. Because if Kamala had one misdemeanor on her motherfucking record, y'all would be looking at her like, how the fuck she's still running for president? But this man got 34 motherfucking felony counts by a group of his own peers that could not deny that this man was guilty 34 motherfucking times. And y'all are still willing to back him hand over fist. If that's not racism, white supremacy, patriarchy, male privilege, white dominancy, and all of that shit working into one big nasty ass pot of goulash, I don't know what the fuck to tell y'all. I am so sick and tired of y'all constantly making excuses for this man when y'all see that he don't even fuck with the racist shit that y'all are pushing. This is not about y'all. This is not about white supremacy. It's not even about the shit that y'all got going on in this Project 2025, because quiet is kept. I do genuinely believe that Trump wants to act like he don't know y'all because he don't believe some of that radical shit that y'all are spewing out. But he know y'all gonna vote. He know y'all gonna vote. And he knows as long as he's the president, they can't come after him. And so therefore, of course, he's going to give y'all an endorsement because y'all are going to go out there and vote. And quiet as it's kept, y'all are his last fucking option. So I'm going to say this because there are no real final thoughts today. You got two choices this election. You're either going to vote blue and you're going to vote for a space where even if you don't like it, even if you don't support some of the choices, even if you don't understand all of her policies, you're going to have a space where somebody is at least going to be willing to listen to what you have to say. You're going to have a space where you're going to have somebody that is going to understand the struggle that you come from, because she did not come from rainbows and $1 million homes and $1 billion loans. Or you're going to have someone who does not understand who you are, who's never been in the trenches, who don't know what the fuck a McDonald's really is outside of inviting people to the fucking White House to come and eat it because he doesn't want to pay for an actual fucking meal. He's never stepped foot in a Walmart or a Target, barely know what the fuck those things are. This man's idea of a perfect day is making sure that he can hit as many holes at a golf course that... let me just say this to y'all. You're either voting for your freedom, your rights, and the ability to continue to voice your opinions to your state, or you're voting for a community, a nation, states, federally, locally, cities, country that is going to look at you in the face when you express your issues and tell you, so what? You're either voting for a place where true diversity can actually still live and thrive, or you're voting for a place that is going to be so whitewashed, it is going to make your head spin, and you are going to believe that you are in the 1950s all over again. All of you Black men and women that believe that somehow conservatism is going to save you and that somehow Trump has got the formula, you are absolutely wrong, because he is a puppet. He does not know what he is doing. He is floundering at the thought of somebody who does know what they're doing getting into the presidency, and you all are falling for it in the name of homo and transmisia, because we know why some of y'all are voting for Trump. And it's not because you care about his policies. It's not because you are a conservative person. It's because Trump is against the gays. It's because Trump is against the faggots. It's because Trump is going to remove the trainees from the military. And quiet as kept, didn't he tell y'all he was going to do that last time? And did he do it? So again, another lie. And it's not to say that Kamala is any better, but it is to say, at least with Kamala, we have 4 years to figure out how to find a better candidate. Whereas with Trump, that's it. He gets in, you are done. And if he does not follow through with what them people want him to do, he's done. And then all of us will be royally fucked. Think about that. And I'll see you all around. Bye, everybody.
Talk to me nicely. I noticed they heated, we getting icy. Whoa, can't forget all the moments they overpriced me. So now that we up, don't good advice we know.
Thank you for watching Pyro Media Network. For more information, please visit pyromedianetwork.com.